There are whispers in the wind, echoes of a knowledge so profound, so ancient that it defies modern explanation. It is the knowledge of vibration, frequency, and resonance, a science lost to time, yet subtly embedded within the very fabric of reality. Randall Carlson, an unorthodox researcher and scholar of sacred geometry, believes this hidden knowledge holds the key to unlocking secrets about the universe. But what if the sages of ancient India had already discovered it thousands of years ago? The deeper we peer into the forgotten past, the more we see that the knowledge we call modern may not be modern at all. Rather, it is a rediscovery of truths that once formed the foundation of an advanced civilization, one that understood the nature of vibration, consciousness, and the fabric of space-time itself. And in the sacred texts of India, in the resonant chants of Vedic mantras, and in the structures of Hindu temples, we find evidence that the ancients were far ahead of us. But how did they know? Randall Carlson's work on vibration theory posits that the universe itself is structured through frequency. Everything from subatomic particles to entire galaxies vibrates at unique frequencies, creating patterns that govern physical and metaphysical reality. Sacred geometry, the golden ratio, and cymatics, the study of how sound affects matter, are all part of this greater system. But Carlson suggests that ancient civilizations were already aware of these principles and encoded them within their architecture, texts, and spiritual practices. Now, consider the wisdom of the ancient Indian sages. The Vedas, the oldest known scriptures of Hinduism, speak of Nada Brahma, the concept that the universe is sound. This is not mere poetry. It is a fundamental statement about the nature of existence. The ancients believed that creation itself began with a vibration, the cosmic Om. Modern physics tells us that the universe began with a Big Bang, a primordial frequency, a pulse that set all things into motion. Could this be the same truth, spoken in two different tongues across millennia? The sages of India did not merely theorize about vibration, they wielded it. The mantras they chanted were not just prayers, but precise sonic formulas, each with a specific frequency capable of influencing the material and immaterial world. In the Rig Veda, the power of sound is described as being able to create, sustain, and even destroy. The Maheshwara Sutras of Panini, an ancient Sanskrit text, describe the vibrational structure of language itself, a concept that eerily mirrors what modern scientists are now beginning to understand about quantum vibrations shaping matter. But the most astonishing proof of this knowledge lies within Hindu temple architecture. Consider the towering vimanas of ancient temples, their structures built not just with aesthetic precision, but with vibrational resonance in mind. In places like the Brihadiswara temple, the placement of stones and the angles of the structures create an acoustic resonance that amplifies certain frequencies. It is as if these temples were designed as tuning forks for the cosmos, amplifying energies invisible to the naked eye. Even more mysterious are the Indian cymatic patterns found in sacred art and yantras, geometric diagrams used in meditation and rituals. The Sri Yantra, for example, is an intricate pattern that, when subjected to sound waves in water, forms a nearly identical shape. Randall Carlson has studied cymatic patterns extensively and suggests that the ancients not only knew of these phenomena, but actively harnessed them for spiritual and technological purposes. And then there are the myths, stories that, when stripped of their allegory, may contain scientific truths long forgotten. The Samaveda, the Veda of melodies and chants, speaks of certain sounds that can alter the environment, affect the mind, and even influence physical structures. The Ramayana describes vimanas, flying crafts that allegedly move through sound-based propulsion. Could these accounts hint at an ancient knowledge of vibration-based technology, one that was lost over time? The Shiva Tandava, a cosmic dance of Lord Shiva, is depicted as a rhythmic destruction and recreation of the universe. This imagery closely resembles modern physics' idea of cyclical cosmic expansion and contraction. The vibrations of Shiva's Damaru, a small two-headed drum, are said to create and dissolve matter, an idea that eerily parallels theories of sound frequencies affecting quantum states. Could it be that these mythologies were not mere religious fables but encrypted scientific principles? But what does this mean for us today? If Randall Carlson's theories are correct, then we are standing on the precipice of a rediscovery. The ancient Indian sages, through their meditations, rituals, and architectural wonders, may have already understood the vibrational essence of reality in ways that modern science is only beginning to grasp. The chants, the symbols, the temples. These were not mere religious expressions, but scientific instruments, tools for accessing higher dimensions of consciousness. And yet this knowledge was nearly lost. Waves of conquest, colonial suppression, and the passage of time buried much of this ancient wisdom under layers of skepticism and forgetfulness. Only now, through figures like Carlson and a new wave of scientific inquiry, are we beginning to see the depth of what was known in the past. Recent studies in quantum physics suggest that the fundamental particles of reality do not exist as static entities, but as vibrating energy fields. Superstring theory postulates that the universe is made up of tiny vibrating strings, each oscillating at a different frequency to form the building blocks of matter. This sounds remarkably similar to the Vedic idea of Nada Brahma, where different vibrations give rise to different elements of existence. Could it be that ancient sages, through deep meditation and sound resonance, had already tapped into these secrets? If we accept that knowledge can be cyclical rather than linear, then perhaps we are not the first civilization to uncover these truths. Perhaps we are merely remembering what was once widely known, encoded in stone and scripture by those who came before us. The ancients may have understood not only how vibration shapes the universe, but how it can be used to heal, create, and even traverse dimensions of existence. Could it be that the universe itself is singing? That every particle, every star, every human soul is vibrating in harmony with a cosmic frequency that we have forgotten how to hear? The rishis of ancient India believed so. Randall Carlson suspects the same. And as we edge closer to the union of science and spirituality, we may finally be able to decode the lost frequencies of the past. The temples, the mantras, the yantras, they were never mere traditions. They were technologies of an age we struggle to comprehend. And as we stand at the frontier of quantum discoveries, one question lingers in the air like a note from an ancient song. What else did they know?